the new swordier Glamdring, but it's actually not called Glamdring because there are so many subtle changes that make it different enough that this is really, they kind of call it a wizard sword. But I actually really like these changes. This is an upgrade. It is a new version of a sword that is inspired by Glamdring that, holy crap, I really like. And I can't wait to go into details. All right, Tyranth, is it really fair to compare this to the other Glamdring models, even the movie Glamdring, when they don't even call this Glamdring on the website? This is Glamdring inspired.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is absolutely fair.
Okay,
because
fine.
You're only going to buy one sword, right? You're not going to buy all of them. I mean, if you buy all of them, I'm not going to complain. But you're probably only going to buy one. So it's best to be informed about all your choices. Do you disagree?
I will call this Glamdring Plus. Glamdring upgraded.
Well, all right, let's start off with this one just before we get into that one. This is the second version of the original Glamdring we reviewed. We did a full video on it. Fantastic, right? This one is slightly better than that one. It has a nice dark navy blue leather wrapped handle.
When you say slightly better, you're saying slightly better to the previous model of that one,
yes.
Which is now out on Swordier's website.
And then obviously they have the option, if you want it, a folded steel blade or the regular spring steel blade, right? Now we get into this one. This one's different.
This is its own different beast, where it is inspired by Glamdring quite heavily. They don't call it Glamdring, it's like they call it the wizard sword, really. And it's a bit lighter blue. It's clearly got Glamdring's, you know, crossguard, pommel, and leaf blade, but the proportions
are different.
Are kind of bigger on everything.
Yeah.
Bigger crossguard, bigger pommel, bigger blade, and I just like everything about it. Bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is like a chunky sword, man.
Yes, I want my Glamdring to be a Glamdring, you know? And this isn't a... Okay.
I'm happy for my Glamdring to be beefy.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about the main differences here, because this is where I think people will diverge. If you want a tough, awesome, inspired Glamdring blade, this will probably be awesome. We're still going to smash it, but like, generally speaking, right? This will probably be awesome for you. But if you want something a little bit more refined, I would recommend this one, because the blade shape and geometry is just a little bit more subtle than this kind of chop-centric one.
You can check out our review of the previous model, and like when I say previous, this is it's got a blue handle now, and they've added leather stitching and covering for the handle, whereas the previous model we reviewed,
they only had the black version.
Yeah, only the black version, but you can still take the feedback of the quality of blade, the performance, and all that stuff. Everything else seems to be pretty much identical. We're focusing on this sword in this review because this is a different beast. This is a different sword to this one. Now, in the previous sword review, right, I remember there was some trickiness in cutting. It wasn't the best cutter we had. It was decent, but it wasn't the best.
It was probably down to the edge, because when I cut with mine, it was fine.
Well,
so that's what I mean, is like, this one is wicked bloody sharp.
I just think this one is like, look at the blade on this.
Well, all right.
It's more stout, more robust, but it's not overly heavy. Like, especially with the pommel and counterbalance. When I say overly heavy, it is on the heavier end, but it doesn't feel heavy. The weight is right.
So what are the main differences here? The crossguard on this one is a slightly bit bigger. It's simple. It doesn't have any carvings or runes or anything like that. Now, I like the crossguard more of this one. I like the simple crossguard more, personally. The handle shape is different from one another. This one is more accurate. It's actually more of a hexagonal shape, I guess.
The handle is better on the bigger one. It's thinner.
This one, it's more of an oval. And then the pommel, this one is way more accurate. Like the original Glamdring has a massive pommel like this. This one, obviously, as you can see, is a little bit different. So in terms of the hilt construction, I think this one is way
I'm just going to say it's more accurate. Just because the blade is the only difference then.
This is nicer, but the blade on this one is not
as accurate.
Not as accurate. It's
but
very
better.
Thick. So those are the main differences. So now you can decide which one you like more, the subtle one or the more thick boy one. I think that one's a little bit more expensive. What's
the price on this bad boy? Was it not 300 something?
380 80 or something. I think this one's like 350.
So it's on the pricier end.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen them cheaper, but look, for the quality, the fit and finish. Okay, there are some features on this one that has really impressed me. Have a look at how the transition. Let me get close. Let me focus at the transition between the leather and this metal locket. Usually, I've been critical of these types of lockets because they've usually been sticking out over the leather, and you kind of can get nicked or feel the sharp edge. Where this one, the leather is extending over the locket, which makes a perfect transition. It is perfectly smooth and comfortable. This is really good quality. Transition of the leather to the pommel. Flawless. The lines on the pommel. Flawless. The lines on the blade and fuller. Flawless.
Yeah.
Fit and finish and presentation of this sword is 10 out of 10.
My only gripe is the blade shape. This is really important, right? Because if you actually look at the original Glamdrings, like Gandalf's one, right? It has a very pronounced leaf blade with a very slim waist and a nice thick head, and it looks gorgeous, right?
I like this leaf blade.
But the thing is, if I'm getting a leaf blade longsword, I want it to be a bloody leaf blade. This is so subtle that you can barely see it.
You can't knock it down points because...
Whoa, absolutely.
Not for that.
Yes, I can. It's a leaf blade longsword that isn't a leaf blade.
No, this is leaf blade enough, and it's not even called a Glamdring. It's a wizard-inspired sword. And so, on its own merits, you can't knock it on the execution.
Don't give me that shit.
But there is another aspect to this.
Yeah.
On the merits of it as an adaptation, a replica of the sword from the show.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of errors in its execution.
Yeah.
No, we need to judge it on the quality of it as a sword.
The quality's fine.
And so far,
but the
this
shape is not right.
This is measuring up to be another friggin' 10 out of 10.
Let's go cut with it.
Let's find out. This might be one of the nicest scabbards.
The design, yeah, I'm into it.
But
Super. Yep.
the leather is tighter on this. It looks and feels higher quality. The locket, it doesn't have a locket, but the shape. But up here, right, instead of having a locket, it's just got leather over the wooden core, which slips over. Like this is gorgeously executed. This is one of the better scabbards we have received. And then you've got the risers here, thicker leather on the attachments. It's kind of justifying its price point.
Oh yeah, I think it's worth the price. I think that's fair. Because keep in mind, the Witcher one was like 410 or something.
Yeah.
So this manufacturer makes them for a little bit of a higher price point.
Yeah.
A little bit more expensive.
This is a heavier sword, but it doesn't feel heavier because the pommel is so big. The balance, like this is really good. Like look at that. That's like point of balance right there. They'll have the full weight on the website, but so 1.56 kilograms. What does that translate to freedom units?
3-point-something pounds.
Perfectly fine. That is 100%. Like it's on the heavier-ish end.
It feels more sluggish in the hands.
Yeah, I like 1.2 on a longsword is magic. So when you're getting up to 1.6, it's fine as long as it's balanced well. And this is gorgeous. All right.
Oh well, the
website. What does the website say?
1.45 kilos.
This is heavier than
by like 100 grams.
We've seen a couple of variants like that. Unfortunately, it seems to be getting a bit common that you expect variants between
100 grams or so.
100, 200
up
grams.
Or down, yeah. Which isn't ideal, but
it's not ideal. It should be closer.
Actually,
but as long as we can let the purchaser know, expect a variance of around 200 grams on these.
No, this is actually a fantastic thing to talk about because recently I watched one of Matthew Jensen's videos on the Dragon Whisperer, and his
was floppy.
Was like a floppy noodle, right? And it's interesting because we got three
of those swords.
So the one that we destroyed was like a beefy Trunkster one. The one that you kept was the lightest of them all, and mine was like the Goldilocks one, just right, for me at least, with a decent amount of flex, but still quite stiff.
Yeah.
Yours was a little bit more floppy.
But perfectly in the range of functional.
Now, comparing this to what Matthew got, his was crazy. Yeah. So variance just seems to be...
I know, that's going now a buyer beware thing that we as reviewers are able to inform the customer from our experience.
And this is kind of what we were mentioning. We've done an exclusive, I don't know if it's out yet, but we've been talking about the actual leaf-bladed aspect of the Glamdrings. Because that's such a complex shape, it means that all the ones we've gotten, and we've gotten 6, they all have very slightly different leaf blade profiles.
Though these two seem to be quite consistent though. And,
closer,
and this is my favorite execution of the leaf blade that they have done. Tyranth likes a more pronounced leaf blade. I like it more subtle. And it's wider and more subtle, and I genuinely like the shape and aesthetic of it more. All right, low effort. I like to start off low effort. I'm letting the sword do the talking.
Good shot.
Did it go in the bin?
Yeah, it went in the bin.
It talked a lot then. Talked very nice. Talked very nice. Shaving up a bit. Woo. Oh, all right, those ones were effortless. They were actually effortless. All righty.
Must be sharp.
Oh boy. This is cutting better than the last Glamdring. Yeah. Let's see if I can do a really tight top shave. I'm trying to just
No.
close. No cigar. Whew. Nice.
Give this one a go.
You want me to do
This is a new one, sharp.
This is their other Glamdring model available. The more accurate Glamdring, I suppose.
Well, this is the thing, is that they both have aspects about them that are more accurate.
So, again, thinner blade. I don't like the execution of this leaf blade as much. Tyranth does. So, nearly equivalent. Nearly equivalent. Ooh.
Because you kept saying that the last one we got wasn't as good, and I'm like, oh, well, let's try it.
Ha! Ha! Cuts as well, which means they're both phenomenally good cutting so far. This one has a vibration.
Yeah.
A ring and vibration that remained, I'm talking like 5 seconds after the cut.
Yeah, it's because that pommel, the tang extends deep into
That
the
is interesting. Not what you actually want. Like, yeah, I'm still going, still going. It's a continual vibrational ring. That makes the other one better in my mind. Vibrating on pool noodles, dude.
I mean, we've got.
But I mean, let's do a proper draw cut.
Same as the ringing is exactly the same as the the really nice high end one, the red one with rings, ring guards and stuff.
I didn't notice that.
Same ringing.
Yeah, that is interesting. This week's exclusive is a more candid discussion between me and Tyranth about the future of the channel. What does the future look like in the current environment here on YouTube? And look, we just share what's been going on, and you get that behind the curtains kind of, background to know what's going on in this week's exclusive. And you get access to all these exclusive videos. We're talking like years and years worth of content for just $1 a month, starting there, and you can get access to it through Patreon, Subscribestar, or channel memberships. And thank you to everyone who's supporting us. Hope to see you there.
Because this side seems blunt as.
Does
this
it?
side seems sharp as.
I didn't test both edges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This side is like a laser. This side is like blunt.
Cut with the other side just to find out. Is that you just
No,
feeling it
I
wrong?
think it's because of the profile. Like, this is a thin blade. Like,
Gorgeous
when you
blade.
actually look at this, I didn't notice this until now. The blade on this is thin. Yeah, like, I like this
Flawless.
hilt.
That
I
is
like this hilt more than the other one.
I like that blade
I
more than the
actually
other one.
love this hilt, right? The pommel on this,
Great.
it's a bit big, but like,
I like big pommels.
for what we've got planned for it, it's actually really good.
I like big pommels and I cannot lie.
and
You
this
other souls
crossguard.
can't deny.
Oh, like I still think I like the Dragon Whisperer one, like the crossguard on the Dragon Whisperer better. It's just a bit more subtle, but this is like a close second. So nice. So in terms of like this part of the blade, super into.
I'm super into that blade. It just is a sexier looking sword. I'm loving this. I'm loving this sword.
See, the problem is that we can compare it directly to the other one.
Cut the other one and see.
Which I like more.
I need to look at Lord of the Rings again to see which blade is closer, because I'm starting to think the one I like is more accurate.
Well, the pommel is.
Yeah.
This pommel is not as accurate.
It's a bit little. It's a little
That
pommel.
handle is a better shape, but the wrong sort of color. This color's right. This crossguard is not really the best. That one, I would probably say that crossguard's closer.
Yeah.
But the blade shape on this is closer than that one. But this isn't as thick.
No.
If you actually look at the original, like the one that they use, very thin waist, very thick head, and it's actually kind of big as well.
It is a big sword. My one wins! Yeah, it's not cutting as well for you.
Cut this, Shad.
If you want me to.
Give me the sword. All right, maybe I was just having a bit of an off moment.
Ah, thank you!
I had a Shad moment.
Oh, no, not today.
What? The other one. We're not even supposed
Ah, victory feels good.
to... Shut up. Just give it a tap.
That's cool.
It sounds like
That's a really high ding.
Yeah.
So I've found pretty consistently that it is a good sign when we get up to this test when I'm really reluctant to do it because I like the sword so much. Like this has been a friggin' phenomenal sword. I don't want to break it now.
We've got another one, and we need the parts
Yeah.
for something greater.
I'm glad I'll still have one after this.
All right, one hand first.
That looks solid. That looked and sounded solid. Was it though?
No, yeah.
Now I need
In
to
one
find-
hand, it didn't feel terrible. Like it didn't feel the best, but it didn't feel terrible. In two hands, the blade was bending like this.
I need to find out.
Because, like we said, yeah, okay, so I hope you guys can see this on camera, but the flex on this is insane. Like, this is a very flexy sword.
Yeah, but it didn't feel too flexible either, though. It didn't feel floppy.
But it's interesting because the other swords that are made by this one are way more stout.
Yeah.
So this one being so flexible is kind of interesting.
Now I want to know. I'm too curious now. Wow. I saw that. Woo!
Yeah, the blade.
But it felt great. Feel that robust in vibration.
Well, give it a flex test because I would call it floppy.
Wow, that's not...
Yeah.
So the gauge on this is how much force do you need to put in to reach a certain amount of flex. I'm not pushing that hard.
And the other Glamdring is way more stout.
Like, that is weird because it doesn't feel like I can do it, but it doesn't feel overly floppy. That's
But I
weird.
think the reason why is because it's so thick, right?
Maybe,
So wide. But then
maybe.
when we hit something solid, all of a sudden that flex is really
yeah. And blade is a little thinner, so
It's very thin. I didn't notice that until we were doing the cutting.
I'm wondering how that's going to translate to its edge durability.
Yeah.
Because usually thinner blades have been quite weak on the edge when we hit the metal pipe of doom.
But the spring steel from this people is like awesome, so.
So, well, let's find out. Let's find out. But that is like legit, right? That is odd feedback. We have never had such a flexible sword have such little vibrations in this test. Yet at the same time, it did, like when I saw that bend when I hit it.
It's crazy, right? It does like a right
You should bring the
angle.
camera front on an angle so people can see this bend when I hit it. See, I could see some
Not
flex.
that one? Okay.
So, but it felt decent. Not the best, but above average. That's weird.
I'd call it average.
No, I think above average.
Because that flex in that sort of cut, I don't like.
Yeah, I'm talking about vibration in the hand.
Well, because that pommel is massive. It has a
Maybe that's what's doing
pommel.
it. Maybe the pummel is just absorbing all of it, because I'm surprised. Usually if it was this flexible, the vibration hand shock sucks, but not this case.
All right, let's smash it into the steel.
Let's do it.
Flats.
For how thin the blade is, for how flexible the blade is, this level of damage
That pommel's bent.
is damn impressive, like in terms of resistance. Little bit, granted. Pummel's bent just a little bit, not too much. Still good, still good. Like, that edge durability, Tyranth, is phenomenal.
The blade has double warped, so it goes so like an S shape.
Well, it hasn't bent as much as other swords.
Edge
You're cutting your head off, by the way.
That's fine, I'm showing the blade.
Look at this Glamdring versus the previous model is a chunk more expensive.
Yeah.
Over 100 more expensive.
I'll say about 100, yeah.
So bear that in mind. Final thoughts on this. Not only is, in my opinion, the edge durability was phenomenal for how thin the blade is and how flexible it was. The warp, well within tolerance.
That's a double warp. That isn't a warp, that's a double.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, but a warp is expected.
I mean,
a double warp is thin. That's thin, bruv.
I'll be accepting of that for the durability for what you expect out of, what you're getting.
I was actually a bit surprised that the pommel bent. I was actually surprised by that.
Tiny bit.
I thought it wouldn't.
Me too. It did feel more robust overall.
It did, yeah.
But damn, man, I gotta say, I think this is 10 out of 10 still.
Nah. I think it's a 9, 100%. The reason why I can't give it a 10 is because I think the Ranger sword, we haven't done that yet. I think the Ranger sword is 10 out of 10, and I think the Witcher sword is a 10 out of 10. Dragon Whisper is 10 out of 10.
Look, the Witcher sword was more durable overall, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it had everything the same sort of quality.
Okay.
So, I just don't think because this double warp and because the pommel bent.
Okay. 9 out of 10 is amazing score.
It's still great though.
That is like
this is a solid pickup. If you get this one or the older one with the pattern welded steel, I think either of them, if you're a Glamdring fan and want a battle ready sword, they're both good.
What rating did we give the black Glamdring? Wasn't that 7 or 8?
I can't remember.
But this is better. This is a better sword than the black one that we reviewed. And even though it's not a perfect 10 out of 10, this is one of my favorite swords now.
I mean, yeah.
In terms of aesthetics, okay. I love this sword.
Not every sword is going to get a 10 out of 10. Because if it did, then that would mean nothing.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of swords that don't get a 10 out of 10 that I would still buy.
Well, 100%.
The Honshu broadsword.
I still love that one.
Yeah. That is not a 10 out of 10 at all, especially with
the tang and peen and the thread.
But I bought one of them. I like it.
I love it.
I would even get one of the Honshu Claymores. Remember that one? That's a nice sword.
Honshu Claymore's great.
That's not a 10 out of 10. Anyway, sorry.
Well, this is a 9 out of 10, which is a great score. And bang for your buck, it is worth it. I highly recommend it. It's, in terms of my preference, I love this sword. This is one of my favorite swords. It is one of the sexiest blades I've ever seen on a sword. This is amazing.
I prefer the other one, but again, you can't go wrong with either of them. They're both really nice, and they're both very solid.
And we do have affiliate links for both swords in the description if you guys are interested. Swordier, man, they've been really good, surprising, and their quality is just going up with their newer swords.
Yeah.
We're not kidding.
Yeah.
We're not kidding.
There's some stuff arriving probably in the next month or two that I have waited my entire life to test, and I am so excited. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I cannot wait.
Swordier, we need you to give us a pig.
Yeah, get it. Yeah, send us a pig. Anyway, these are nice swords.
Great.
Either of them, there'll be links down below. I recommend both of them.
Same.
It depends what you're going for. If you want something a bit more accurate as a replica, I think the other one's just a bit more refined, but I think this one is more of a beast.
It's just a better sword.
Technically.
This is just a better sword.
But the other one's more stiff. It has a more stout blade to it. This one has a more flexible blade. So it's like, these are the things where, these are personal preferences that each person will have to weigh up what they want.
You'll have the big pommel though.
The pommel's beautiful on this one though.
Cheers guys. Check out the other Glamdring review, it's right there. Hope to see you.